Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of my Immigrant Diary. My name is Precious.
And my name is Wale. Precious, the last time I told you about the lounge that I was at, it
Okay.
was an American Express Interior lounge. I had been at that lounge not knowing that I was setting myself up for failure or for disappointment. Whichever
Okay.
one goes.
What do you mean? I don't understand. How's that set up?
So, yeah, I'll tell you. I was on a trip and I knew I was going to stop over at the airport in St. Louis. I had to stop over there
Okay.
and I had no idea. I've never been to St. Louis. I don't know how it looked like. For me, it was all about fine. I have this access to priority pass lounges through my American Express Platinum card, and I want to be able to experience priority pass lounges. Now that I've experienced like Centurion Lounge, let me see what priority pass lounge is like. So I got there, getting to St. Louis. It was also a little bit hectic, I have to say. Maybe I was also a little bit stressed because I had, forgotten my carry-on on the plane. And I don't even know how that happened. I forgot my carry-on on the plane. I got out, felt like something was missing, so I went back, picked it up. But I had a little bit of difficulty picking it up because I have to wait for everyone to come down. I also cannot go back on the plane. You have to go get it from me. So I was a little bit stressed. I was concerned they would find it, but it was found. Thank God. So moving on, I was quickly searching for where the lounge is. This is also the first time I've been to St. Louis Airport. So I was trying to look for terminals and look for gates to sort of point me in the right direction. But I was seeing it, but I didn't see terminal. Also, I was looking at the location for where the lounge is. It wasn't very clear to me. So that's one of the things that I also struggle with a little bit. If you go to Priority Pass website, it just says that after security terminal 2. So I didn't even know what terminal I was at when I arrived. And also I didn't know where security was. So I was just kind of just walking towards the exit. So trying to look for where security is. I was also looking for my gate. Remember, this is a layover flight, so I have another gate to look for. My gate seemed to be an earlier number. Let's assume that the gate is 22 that I landed from. And then my fly out gate was going to be maybe around 8 or something. So I was going towards that direction. That was my logic. Luckily, as I was going towards the gate, I sort of passed the lounge a little bit. I didn't really notice it at first, but then I sort of thought about it looked like I passed somewhere behind. But I was distracted by the guy that was wearing do you remember the hyenas from Lion King, the cartoon?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So that's the costume the guy was reminded me of. So I was like, oh wow, this is a fun thing. But the guy was very close to the extra, so I was distracted by that. Somewhere in the back of my mind, just say, oh, I think I passed something, and then I went back to the entrance. Getting there, the picture online was really nice. In my opinion, I would say the picture looked better, much better than than the lounge. And it was also during the holiday period. I think this is also another challenge that they had because when I got there, there were two places where you could welcome people. The one directly opposite the entrance, there was no one there. So I was called to the one that was close to the bar. They will take your information and put it in the system. They will register you in. So that was the first thing that I saw that I was a little bit concerned because I didn't experience that in the first lounge that I was at, right? So as I looked at the whole lounge, you could actually see the whole of the lounge from the registration points, which I don't know, somehow mentally started to really make me feel discouraged. Just because of my experience.
Why do you feel that? Why do you feel discouraged?
When you get to an American Express lounge, generally speaking, they are one of the best lounges in the country. So
So
get
you're
this
supposed to
experience.
something better.
You get this executive experience, this executive welcome. Everyone is on their toes. All the stuff. You feel like you're going to a place that is executive, and also just a little bit of luxurious. Again, like for me, it was more like I had experienced the American Express lounge. I was expecting the same kind of experience with this Priority Pass lounge, but like at that point, I didn't really know much about how generally the sort of levels, how lounges are in the States. So that was something that also made me feel a little bit disappointed. seated. And then I walked back to the food section. They had like a sort of buffet style. There was salad, there was snacks, there were fruits, but like all of them, I didn't find any of them attractive. Again, had like fantastic meal just before I got there. So and I've experienced like a better meal at another lounge. So me seeing that, I'm like, okay, fine. This is not something I really want. Also, I had some fruit and vegetable in the morning already, so I wasn't really I didn't really want to eat more fruits and vegetables, so I needed something warm to fill my belly, but I didn't get anything warm. They had nothing. Everything was cold food, like cheese, salad, fruits, all this kind of thing. And then they have some chips and snacks like that. I just settled for water. I think one thing that I noticed with the lounge, it does have like a really good sitting space, even given the fact that it was a busy holiday. There were still sitting spaces for people. So for me, I really appreciated that. So
that's a plus.
yeah, that's a pretty big plus. So I just chilled, charged my phone, just watched some things on the laptop, drank my water. I actually went to get some drinks from the bar a couple of times, but because they were also short staffed, like oftentimes there was nobody there, so I want to go up and go order something. There was no, because they are just running around trying to handle other parts, whether it's welcoming people, whether it's making sure the food supply is good, whether it's cleaning. In my opinion, they were short staffed. Maybe that's what you see on a busy holiday like that, but definitely they needed more people to be able to attend to the crowd and the traffic that was coming through that place. I would say personally, I just set myself up for failure. I don't think it's the lounge's fault, because the lounge has always been there before me. So it's just that I had this huge expectation of having a lot of options as far as food and drinks is concerned, having a cafe that I can go to, having like a dedicated bar person that is always there, just having different kinds of water. At the Centurion Lounge, you can get regular water, cold or normal room temperature. You can get like what we call CO2 that can kind of refresh you. Just having that option, like I was just used to that already, and that was just one experience. So for me, that's a that's a pretty big plus for the American Centurion Lounge. So yeah, that's that was my St. Louis.
So what it's like what you're saying is there's no vices between the Centurion Lounge and the Priority Pass.
No, you can't compare them. I believe Amex is not the only one that offer like the sort of first class level service when it comes to lounges, but Priority Pass and Amex Centurion Lounges, they are not competing for the same thing. They are not competing for the same kinds of customers. I think that's a major thing. That's something I didn't understand it at the time. But it was after my experience I started to now research a little bit, and I started to understand, so this is the reason. These guys have different, and it also costs a little bit more to get into Amex Centurion Lounge. It costs a little bit less for all those kind of things. It actually matters and changes your experience from place to place. But I've also heard about really, really good Priority Pass lounges that can compare to like Centurion lounges, or even better. Possibly the one at LAX, I believe that one recently opened. I saw it somewhere online. It had like a really, really nice different sort of design and decoration, the different parts, a lot of options for food, and just a lot of different things that you can experience at that place too. So I would love to visit that lounge, but for now, that's my recommendation, is that if you're going to experience different lounges, maybe start at the bottom and then go to the top. But if you want to experience like luxurious lounges, then Mex is just definitely on top there. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you today, man.
Man, Wale, thanks, man. You just made me feel like I've been there. I'm looking forward to those experiences as well. I've never really been to any of the lounges yet, but I'm sure as soon as I'm able to get my Amex Gold card, definitely taking a trip.
Yes.
All right, man. Thank you again for those who are watching. Please like and follow, subscribe to our channel as we bring you interesting content of My Immigrant Diary.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good one. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, bye then.